she's going to die. She's going to die, right? So then I've essentially, by either some sort of negligence or something, I've killed my child. And I'm
not asking you in this situation. I'm saying in a situation where it's confirmed that a baby was shaken. What do you think should happen to that person?
Is there some sort of... yeah, I mean, it should be penalized, right?
A 4-month-old baby girl. A father alone with his twin daughters in the early morning hours. A phone call to 911. And a story that, from the very beginning, did not add up. What you are about to watch is the actual interrogation footage of Andrew Khmer, recorded on November 4th, 2024, in Hamilton County, Ohio. This documentary is based entirely on real, recorded conversations between Andrew Khmer and law enforcement detectives, as well as interviews with his fiancée, Danielle Rudy. The goal of this video is simple: to inform, to educate, and to remind every single person watching that the most vulnerable lives in our society, our babies, deserve our protection above everything else. This is the story of baby Evelyn. She was 4 months old, and she never got the chance to grow up.
What's going on? What happened?
I was feeding her. She was having complications with just like being comforted.
Okay. Who's here with you?
Just me.
Just here?
Yeah, and I have another baby.
Where's Mom at?
She's at work up in Dayton.
Okay. Take us in and let us see where...
Yeah.
How old's the other child?
Not yet.
Yeah. Just hang on. Okay,
Give me
let's
a
go.
second.
Go ahead. Is there any dogs or anything?
Yes, she's already locked up. Okay. So the other baby's sitting right over here. I was doing the chest compressions right here.
So just walk.
Her diaper.
Okay, just walk through what was going on.
I was changing her diaper and like...
Where was she sleeping?
She wasn't sleeping. I was changing her diaper. Yeah.
When did she wake up?
Oh, I had them out there feeding.
Okay. So you brought her back in here and then what?
Well, I started to change her diaper and then she didn't poop, so I did the whole like belly press and then she got mad, so then I was gonna get her something else to like comfort her and dropped her passy, so I picked it up and she like rolled off because she had kept pushing her legs like really tight because of they have acid reflux. And so she pushed herself off. And it was like too late before I could even do anything.
So you're changing her diaper.
Mm-hmm.
She drops her passy.
Yeah. She spits it out.
Spits it out. And then what do?
I'm trying to grab it. So it bounced off the bottom of here and it rolled over that way. I turned around for a second. She pushed over.
She pushed over and what?
Off of this. She pushed off of this.
And how did she fall?
Yes, she fell.
Okay. Then what happened?
Well, I tried to grab her and I couldn't grab her in time, so she hit the ground.
Okay, then what happened?
I picked her up, and she wasn't, like, she was, like, gasping for air, so then I'm, like, and I'm trying to, like, get her, and so I set her back on the mat here, and I'm trying to, like, wipe things up and clean things up, and she's, like, I'm starting to see, like, this bruising on her belly from where I guess her diaper had been, and, like, somehow her lip has got blood coming off of it, and it's like, how the hell did that? You don't have teeth. Like, I'm just freaking out. So then she starts changing colors, right? She starts turning white. So now I'm like freaking the fuck out. Like, what is going on? What did I just do? Is it my fault? What is going on? So I mean, she was like not real breathing like consistently. I noticed like I'm looking for like her ribs sucking or anything like that, and she's not doing any of that. It's just like she's not breathing.
So why don't you tell me what happened?
So it was like, I got him up, and it was probably dark. So I went in and put her pacifier in her mouth. It was probably about 5:45-ish. It's usually get up a little bit before 6 o'clock, and then I get up at 6 o'clock and, warm up milk and get them seated in their, they have a little boppy thing, which was on the ottoman right in front of the TV in my house. I don't know if you guys got to go over there.
I've not been there, no.
So we set them in there, and that way we can, having twins is a little difficult to just do, I can't, like, hold both of the babies and feed them both at the same time. So having things like the boppies and the pillows are able to, like, help me do that. So
These are your only two children? Mm-hmm. No older children?
I've never had. This is the first time I've ever had children. This is the only, ever never had a child before. Don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make it every single day.
Right. So she's laying long ways in the changing table.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And but I mean, they're 4 months tomorrow. Super like mobile, and I should have strapped her in. Is the biggest thing. I should have strapped her in.
Okay. So is it common for her to roll?
She pushes a lot. Yes.
Pushes or rolls?
With her feet. She's pushing with her feet.
Okay.
So she has acid reflux, and they arch their backs, and they're trying to, I guess, relieve or the pain and stuff, like the acid and the gas being in
Right.
the chest. So she's arching her legs. She's very stiff, and she'll push like that.
And she comes off the end of the changing table or off the
No,
front?
she came off the side, off the front.
Okay.
Let's pause here, because what you just heard is the first time something feels off. Andrew says she came off the side, and then immediately corrects himself to say the front. That inconsistency was noticed. The officers at the scene had already sent detectives a photograph of the changing table, and what they saw raised serious concerns. The table had a concave shape, like a half pipe, curved inward at the center with raised edges on all sides. The question the detectives were already asking themselves was simple. How does a 4-month-old baby push herself off of a curved, raised surface and land with the kind of injuries that Evelyn had? Medical professionals would later confirm that her injuries, significant trauma to the brain, the spinal column, and the liver, were not consistent with a fall from that height. They were consistent with something far more violent.
Do you know what which doctor it was?
No,
What was the update?
not good. That she's basically going to end up being brain dead. That she went without too much oxygen on her brain. That she's not going to pull through.
Okay, and you don't know that doctor's name?
No, sir.
Okay.
I didn't. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm so just out of it. I did not catch her name.
Was that her?
No. Oh, maybe? Yeah.
So, the doctor gave us an update. I'm assuming it's probably similar to the update that you got. It does not look good, but they don't know. They couldn't give much information. So, also while you were out, another detective called. Do you have a dog in the house? Do you need help with getting the dog to someone's house or anything like that?
Your neighbor offered, I guess, to let the dog out or something, and then we were going to lock your house and give the keys to your neighbor just to secure it, so that way you guys could kind of have the peace of mind to be here and not have to worry about. Is that okay with you?
So before you went out, we were talking. After this incident happens, do you feel like you may have shaken her, or?
No, I don't feel like I shook her. I really don't. Like I said, it was bobbing, man. I don't want to hurt my babies. I love them so much. I legitimately care more. I said this the second that they were born. I knew them for a day, and I'd do anything in the world for them. I wouldn't even do that to somebody I've known 10 years.
Do you and Danielle fight?
No,
You guys
I mean,
argue?
we argue about, like, finances, and we don't know.
Okay. How often would you say that is?
Maybe a couple times a month.
Does it ever get physical?
Never.
Okay. Do you ever punch walls, break stuff, anything like that?
I woke up one time with a night terror, and I punched the door in my bedroom. I'm sure they saw that.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, yeah, I punched that. But no, we don't, I don't have any violent
How long ago
intents.
was that?
I don't know, man. Maybe, like, earlier this year, like the beginning of the year, like January. I couldn't even tell you. It happened so long ago. This whole year has felt like it's been 10 years. I'm not gonna lie to you, this has been the longest year and the roughest year of my entire life.
But you didn't punch any walls or break anything this morning?
No,
Okay, what about last night?
no,
Okay. What about Danielle?
no,
Does she ever punch walls or break things when you guys get in an argument?
no.
Does she ever get physical with you?
No, she's real passive.
Okay. So if you guys do get into an argument, do you feel like you or her shut down, or do you guys amp up?
She shuts down, I ask questions. I'm very solution oriented, and I want to find an answer. I want to know how to fix this. How do I get to where this has gone? She's kind of passive. She doesn't want to say something to hurt feelings, or she doesn't want to say something and regret it or something like that. So she's a little more passive. She shuts down a little bit.
Is it possible that something else happened this morning that you're not telling us that goes along with Evelyn falling out of her changing table?
No, man, I told you everything. There's not another thing that I can think of that I haven't told you. I break it down by as much time, by as much...
So they did send me a picture of the changing table,
Yeah.
and it's like concave in the middle, which makes me, outside perspective, not attacking you or anything, but I see that and I'm like, that'd be weird.
How did she get out of it? I know what you're saying, man. And trust me, after what the doctor said too, it's got me thinking, and all these concerns and all these worries and all these things like that. But she moves so much, right? She moves around tremendously. They both do, and like even setting her in there, like that's the changing table. She's kicking all over the place. They both do. They move so much. I don't know. I don't know how.
Is it possible that you dropped her and this statement or this situation is just conformed into her falling off this changing table?
No, I've never dropped them. I've never done anything that I don't feel comfortable holding them a lot. I'll be honest. I don't, because they're so small, right?
Yeah.
I don't love holding the babies. I think it's terrifying. I'm absolutely petrified to hold these little girls.
And looking at this picture, it doesn't really look like. So this is how it's set up, correct?
Right.
Okay. It doesn't look like it would even be possible to land in this little area, right? Like
I
if you came
understand.
off the side, you'd think she probably would have landed out on the carpet. Yeah. So show me, where she was laying at here.
Right here. Oops. Like right in here.
Okay.
So where her head was right here, and she I heard her swooshing sound, and then she's laying here on that. I don't know, man. I understand. I get it. It doesn't make any sense. And if you gotta do whatever you gotta do, I get it.
No, it's not. That's not the way that this works. I'm just trying to get an understanding, exactly what happened. And obviously, there is another side of me that says, hey, we could be sitting across from someone who made a terrible mistake with their kid, and now we have a duty to protect this other child, right?
Yeah.
So,
Dude, I'm so scared. I mean, and I'm even telling Danielle, I was like, Danielle, they're gonna send me to jail, but you can sell the house, you make the money, pay off your things, do whatever you gotta do, put it towards a new house. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
What Andrew said next was significant, because for the first time, he stopped talking about a fall. He started talking about something else entirely. The detectives had told him that the doctors were saying the injuries were consistent with shaking, and in that moment, you can watch Andrew Khmer shift. His story doesn't change, but something in the way he speaks changes. He begins to speak in hypotheticals, He begins to speak about what should happen to a person who shook a baby, as if testing what answer might help him, as if calculating the response that would cause the least damage. This is a behavior that investigators are trained to recognize. When a person starts answering questions they weren't asked, when they begin framing their situation in terms of degrees of guilt rather than innocence, that is often the moment the truth begins to surface.
Then how once you get into prison, once that's in there and they know that you killed a child, you know, what's somebody inside gonna do?
So, like these other people have been telling you, accidents do happen. Not only do accidents happen, but people make mistakes. Based on the circumstances here, I think that a mistake was made.
Oh, absolutely, man. If I had not put her down on that table, if I had not walked away, right, or stepped away,
You know,
if I had not done if I had taken just a second, probably taken a breath instead of reacting to the pacifier. My child would be alive. I don't even know what she could have done, man. I always teased her so much. Just a little baby.
What do you mean?
I just teased her because she always stuck her tongue out a lot. Just like, I don't know, I just always thought that she wanted to talk and say stuff, and she just didn't have a way of doing it. Always the look in her eyes. I mean, I just teased her for it. I was like, oh, you're going to be silly with your tongue out and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, based on our conversation, and you know, you explaining, you know, kind of there's two sides to this. There's a egregious, what I would describe as a monster, right? But there is the other side of that is an overstressed person, overreacting to a situation or reacting to a situation that causes, you know, an injury to a child.
She's not injured.
What's that?
She's not injured, man. There's no coming back. They straight up said she didn't have enough air on her brain. She's going to die. Whether it's today, whether it's a week from now, we don't know. But there's no chance for her to
And
recover.
even in death, I think that there's two sides to this situation. There's egregious, and there's someone who's overstressed. I think that you fall into the overstressed side of that.
Yeah.
But I have to know what happened. And again, I'm not a doctor, but based on my conversation with the doctor there, this is not consistent with just a baby falling.
Yeah, and hitting their head. Yeah, I understand.
So what else could have happened?
I don't know, man. I told you everything. I've literally... she doesn't love this position. The position that she likes being held in is with her legs facing out so that her head is against my chest, and that she feels better in that position, right? I don't know if it's more stimulating. I don't understand. She doesn't like this position, and I know that, but I was trying to assess what had happened, right? And I can't tell because, like I said, the busted lip, the mark on her chin, like, how? Because, yeah, everyone tells you babies bounce, babies, you know, they just bounce and they get right back up, right? So
I'm very sorry for what you're going through. I know that, you know, words mean very little in this situation, but at this time, that's what I can offer you, you know. So I have a form that I fill out, and your fiance was able to help me answer most of it, but I'd like to go over that form with you and answer the questions that he has no ability to. Are you willing to do that? Okay. Prior to that, I'd like to know, you know, kind of how your morning started. What?
My morning started.
Let's start with last night. So, last night from dinner time on, kind of walk me through how you got to where you are now.
From dinner time on, she was kind of fussy, not like crazy. It was more like she was sleeping, woke up, and wanted attention, and she had this habit of
What time was that?
6:30 to 7 at night.
Last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she has a habit of going rigid. And when she does that, she usually launches herself if she has a foothold. And usually we're holding her when that would happen, but she managed to kind of arch herself on her body a little. Oh, got her resituated. And like, okay, well, it's about time for bed anyways. And I get them ready for bed on the floor, so there's no chance of rolling, no chance of me working with Darcy and her going rigid. I get her changed her butt. I give her we play a little bit and get her dressed in her slipper, and then we swaddle her up and get her more calmed down and ready for bed. I have a little vibrating chair that's for them, and she'll lay in that while and her butt play a little bit because they usually don't want to go to bed right away.
Mm-hmm.
Get her dressed in her sleeper, get her sapped up, swaddled up, and we lay down and I get them to where at least 15 minutes in, they're in their deep sleep, and I lay them in their cribs. And they were good. From that point until I woke up about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then I got up, I got dressed, I left for work. So
They were asleep when you left for work? Didn't wake up at all throughout the night?
No, and that's normal for them, actually. They usually sleep through the night. And then I obviously don't know anything's wrong until he calls me and tells me that.
Okay. So that was done through a phone call? How do you think Andrew's been doing with it?
I know he questions himself a lot,
Yeah.
but he's been good.
Okay.
He's been a good dad.
Okay.
Um,
Nothing about this conversation is accusatory, and I think he may be construing it that way just because of the stress of,
it's
being with
stress,
detectives.
and then just overall, anytime we're getting up to date,
Yeah.
the fact that it happened with him. I know he's been struggling when it comes to like calming him down, but usually he does pretty okay. But he's never been rough. He's never been.
Has he ever said, I can't do this? Take him for a second.
Yes.
Okay, so he knows when to walk away.
Yes, he does.
So what do you think his reaction would be is if that's not an option for him to just walk away?
He will lay her down in her crib and walk away. Like, he wouldn't take that chance and, like, I need a minute. I can't help you if you're still crying. He lays him down and he walks away.
Danielle's answers in this first interview paint a very particular picture. She describes Andrew as someone who knows his limits, someone who steps away when he feels overwhelmed. But the detectives are already focused on a detail that keeps coming up: the hole in the wall. The officers at the home had noticed damage to a door. Andrew had explained it as a result of a night terror. But the detectives wanted to hear what Danielle had to say about it. Because there is a difference between punching a wall in your sleep and punching a wall in the middle of an argument. That difference matters. And what Danielle reveals changes the picture significantly.
Has he ever broken anything or punched holes in the wall or anything like that?
He has on the door, on our closet door. He's only done that. He's only hit it twice in want to say it's been like 4 years that we lived in this house now.
What caused that?
It was typically we were in an argument and it just kept, instead of us reaching any sort of agreement, it just kept boiling and boiling.
They hit it twice in the same time, or was that two
It
different
was
incidents?
just 2 separate incidents.
Okay. You don't remember what the cause was though?
I don't remember what the fights were about exactly.
But they were for sure both in a fight.
Yeah.
Okay. What time was it? Like during the day, at night?
It
or
was at night.
Was he like you guys in bed or?
We were in bed. It was after dinner, but before bed type of time frame there.
How close in time were they?
How far apart? Far apart in time.
Like days, weeks, months?
Years. Like, I think first was when we first moved into the house together, and then the second time was maybe a year ago.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're very few and far. Like, he's not violent in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. Would you consider him honest in your relationship?
Yes.
Are you honest with him in your relationship?
Yes.
Okay. So if he did something to hurt your daughter, do you think he would say something to you?
I 100% believe he would say something to me.
And he hasn't done that, right?
No.
Okay.
It is easy for her to get into me.
Okay.
And when I say she'd go for it, I really do mean she'd go like that.
Yeah. So our role in this is to, number one, figure out exactly what happened to your daughter.
Yeah.
But number two is to protect, your other daughter. Based on kind of what you're saying, do you feel like your daughters are safe with him?
Yes.
Okay.
I've always felt like they were safe with him.
Okay.
Even now, I still feel like they're safe with him because I know accidents can happen.
Yeah, and that's kind of how him and I talked. I explained that accidents do happen,
Yeah.
but typically, it's just it doesn't make sense to me that a 3-foot fall on the carpet is gonna hurt someone that bad, right?
Yeah.
Does that question come up in your mind? And I'm not trying to put anything in your mind, but
It doesn't, because I know it's hard underneath that carpet, and as soft as the carpet may feel,
yeah.
it's not.
Is there no padding under it?
I think there is a padding under it. I don't know what kind of padding, and then it's just that spot right there where it meets the hardwood there. It's changing tables. Not all the way up against the wall, but there's enough room that she could have hit that hardwood floor there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she could have even hit part of the changing table on her way down.
Right. So, you had an opportunity to see her. Did you see any injuries on her?
And other than where I saw right here underneath her chin, I mean, that could have been being loaded up in the ambulance and going, but I didn't see anything.
Baby Evelyn died later that evening on November 4th, 2024. She was 4 months old. The autopsy confirmed what the doctors had suspected. Evelyn had suffered significant internal trauma to her brain, her spinal column, and her liver. The medical examiner determined that those injuries were not consistent with an accidental fall from a changing table. They were consistent with violent, forceful shaking. 2 days after Evelyn's death, law enforcement moved on Andrew Kamir. What followed was one of the most quietly heartbreaking arrest scenes you will ever witness.
I'm here with Coach Patrick. Would you step out?
All right, Andrew. Go ahead and turn around for me.
I have
Hands on your back, palms together.
Yes, I can get it. So.
A warrant for arrest.
Excuse me? Maybe pants.
You got some shoes?
He's getting them.
Okay.
Do you have the gray ones there?
These?
No, the gray ones, just the slip-ons.
What?
The slip-ons. Can-
You got anything on you?
Take my hat. No, I have nothing. I have a small stone that was with my
Yes.
daughter.
Here, I'll take that.
You want mom to keep it?
Sure, you can take that.
And you?
I have nothing else on me.
So they said don't worry about it. It's gonna be
Don't worry
changed
about
out.
Okay. You want to turn around and just kind of step down sideways?
Yes, sir.
We're going to walk down the road and then hang a left back to our car, okay?
Sir.
To learning of your pregnancy, how would you describe your and Andrew's relationship?
If I look back in hindsight and through the therapy I've been through now, it was emotionally and mentally abusive. At the time, in the relationship, I would have said it was okay. I would say the amount of time I've been with him, he definitely had me under his thumb. And I didn't see any signs of abuse during the relationship.
Can you explain emotional and mental? Because obviously it potentially could mean something to
Yeah.
anybody, how they perceive
Yeah.
things. How would you say that you would describe that?
It would be in the way he spoke to me.
All right.
Again, going over text messages and things of that nature. The things he would say were very manipulative. It was understanding that now. So,
Okay. Any threats?
none towards me.
When he did get angry or got into these fits where he's emotional and mental abuse towards you, what triggered that?
It would we typically start off with either a conversation about money or he was concerned that I wasn't taking care of my health, or it would stem initially, like, say he made a joke and then he'd go too far and I'd say, hey, and then
Okay.
yeah.
Does that happen often? Like he makes a joke, you tell him you went too far. Did he ever just quit doing that, or would he continue
He
kind of
would
going too far?
continue.
All right. Was there ever any jealousy, accusations of cheating on each other, anything like that would cause any of this?
Again, hindsight, I've been made aware that he thought I was cheating on him.
Okay. Was that what some of the
I-
arguments may have been about at some point? All right.
He never outright accused me himself.
Did he ever, I guess that's probably just answered my question, and then I'm just gonna throw it out there, did he ever make any accusations of whether the babies were his or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Has he ever made any mention about not being able to control himself or control his strength or not knowing his own strength or anything along that lines?
He had said that over the years,
Okay. Before?
before I was pregnant, before.
Okay. Do you know what exactly he said, or, I mean, you can even
Just-
kind of paraphrase it?
Just that he didn't really know his own strength.
Okay.
That final detail, that Andrew had told Danielle he didn't know his own strength, was one of the last pieces that law enforcement needed. Days after this interview, a grand jury indicted Danielle Rudy on a charge of complicity in the murder of baby Evelyn along with child endangering charges related to injuries sustained by Evelyn's twin sister. Those injuries, broken ribs, indicated that this was not an isolated incident. Andrew Kamir later pleaded guilty to charges of involuntary manslaughter, felonious assault, and obstruction of justice. He was sentenced to a minimum of 19 years in prison, with a maximum of 24.5 years. Danielle Rudy pleaded guilty to 2 counts of child endangering. She was sentenced to 5 years. Evelyn's twin sister survived, and every single day that passes is a day that baby Evelyn never got to have.